Morning, son.
My name is Mac.
My name's Dakota.
406 Broncos.
And what can we say? We were at that game.
Delay of game!
Yep, okay. Yeah, that sums it up. That's all anybody could talk about after that game was the delay of game. Yeah. Honestly, it changed the course of the whole game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that we definitely would have won, but
it kind of sealed their shot.
Yeah,
Especially with how big of a play that was. Like, I mean,
the momentum shifted. It was a huge deal.
It was like a 30-yard pass over. And, I mean, if that was a delay of game, I mean, they're still way back there.
Yeah.
But since they didn't call
they would have lost the down, too.
Yeah, since they didn't call it. And what's funny to me, too, is because what they were saying, I mean, the refs admitted that, they didn't see that.
Mm-hmm. Which is dumb because they threw that flag.
Yeah, we're on the sideline there, and I saw the ref throw the flag with my eyes, physically seeing that ref, not on TV, seeing him in real life, and then throw the flag.
Then they picked it up and said there's no penalty, even though then they went back and said, oh wait, there really should have been a penalty. Correct. So in other words, big ol' F you to us. But other than that, there we had other issues that changed, that decided that game for us. I thought we were pretty weak on defense as far as we couldn't get any pressure. We couldn't. We allowed too many big plays down the field. I mean, I will say the crowd kept. I think they got into Patrick Mahomes' head a little bit. You could see him getting flustered.
He's overthrowing a lot.
Getting a little wild. Wasn't looking quite like he has been the last few. Other than that, though, like, offensively, we did so well on the ground, but then we, abandoned it, even though we were still in the game. They kind of just abandoned the run game. And it's like, why would you stop if you're doing so well at that?
Well, that's what baffles me. Always we have this conversation about that, and some reason I don't know why they may think they're going to predict us now from doing all this, so we'll have to throw it now, but keep with what's doing right.
What's working, yeah.
If it stops working,
then you can switch it, yeah. And then left us with no timeouts at the end there. Just again, poor coaching. The penalties were better this week. We had. But the play calling was just not what it should have been. I did not feel like
possessions. 2. They had to get up there.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter.
I will give a big, huge shout out to Mile High Stadium and the fans, because it's, even though we lost, it was still a hell of a time. We had a blast meeting some really cool people. We had really good seats, so it was awesome to kind of just experience it that way. So I will give it up for that. It's always fun going there. But it just would have been so much better if we won. It would have been so awesome. And not to mention we lost to the Chiefs, who I hate more than any team in the NFL.
And that's the worst team. They're ugly as balls.
And then they're praising Patrick Mahomes like he's the second coming. Like, he didn't even do anything in that game. I get it. He's having a good year right now. But he didn't hardly do anything in that game.
He passed for 300, which is all right.
300, that's average. That's an average quarterback.
Good. But,
one touchdown, a rushing touchdown.
Compared to all the other games he has, we have stopped him on that.
Yeah, we actually made them look mortal in that game, which is even more disappointing that we just couldn't finish. Up by 10 and we couldn't finish.
Bad timeouts.
Yep. Bad use of the timeouts.
Very bad. A lot of stuff right there just grinds my teeth.
But, I mean,
Demaryius Thomas, wide open. Keenum overthrows.
I want to go back and look at that, because I heard
he slumped the route, or he turned the route, and Keenum was expecting him to go farther.
Whatever it was a miscommunication, and it cost us a huge play that would have probably won us the game. Yeah, we ended up with a few injuries at the end of that. But let's move to the next week because I'm ready to put this week behind us. Another thing, though, this was a huge thing because now we're down 2.5 to them behind in our division. So if they want to turn this around, they better turn it around right now. Otherwise, you're going to see some coaching changes.
Hopefully the tradition happens in the ending of the year and they slump.
Oh, it's almost inevitable, really. But hopefully it's the opposite for us.
Yeah.
This is how we always do this. We always start off like 2-0, and then it's like, oh, well, I guess we just forgot how to play football.
Yeah.
I guess everything that we did in the first couple weeks, we can just forget that, and we'll just start fresh every week. This week we got the Jets. I mean, let's be honest. If we don't win this game, there should be some heads rolling because there's no reason we shouldn't win this game. It is on the road, isn't it? Or is it at home?
Yeah, it's on the road.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So it is on the road, which, it's always tough going on the road, and apparently we have a really tough time going into the Eastern time zone. But there's still no reason we should lose this game. It's a rookie quarterback.
Besides that, nothing. Yeah, the whole hype is just Sam Darnold, really. They don't have much.
No, they're not, crazy on weapons. They've shown signs of being good, so I'm not going to sit here and underestimate them. But based on what we've done, based on what we did on Monday and showed, against one of the best offenses, there's no reason we shouldn't win this game. If we do not win this game, I wouldn't be surprised if Vance Joseph gets fired. Because after that, we have L.A., and then after that, it's Arizona on a short week.
Yeah. I am starting to get sick of this argument with, if they don't win this week, then Vance Joseph is going to be done. We already can tell, and this is last year too, what the outcome is with him. Are we just waiting for him to start getting better? I haven't seen it. No. It's going to be the same thing. And if we keep saying, next week if he loses, I think Vance Joseph should be done. Let's get someone in there that we can trust. Instead of next game he's going to be done.
Personally, I think a lot more of this falls on coordinators too. I think Joe Woods has shown very much that he is not cut out
Wade
to be.
Phillips.
Well, of course he's no Wade Phillips, but he's not cut out to be a D coordinator. Period. He's a positions coach. That's it. He's not a D coordinator. We do not disguise at all. Our defense is so predictable. We have so many weapons on defense. Literally every single position has weapons. Secondary is a little weak right now. But that doesn't mean, based on the talent that we have, we should be losing these games the way we are and getting gouged for big plays, and the middle is wide open all the time. It's just, you think Wade Phillips running this defense, this exact same defense, we'd have the same outcomes? Absolutely not. Give me half the defensive coordinators in the NFL, and we'd have a better outcome than we've been having defensively. Offensively, I don't know. I think our scheming with Keenum, I think they're not playing to Keenum's strengths. Whatever they may be, I can't sit here and tell you. I'm not an offensive guru or nothing. But whatever Bill Musgrave is doing isn't fitting what Case Keenum can do.
Yeah, that's
We've
true.
seen what he can do. He's not like he just forgot. But whatever we're trying to run with him isn't working. So obviously, switch it. Fix it. It's too soon for Chad Kelly. I can tell you that right now. Everyone's calling for Chad Kelly. I want Chad Kelly too, but it's too soon. You put him in now, and he starts losing, you're going to ruin him. I'm telling you, man. You paid Case Keenum, you got to play Case Keenum. But you got to play him to his strengths. But as far as the Jets go,
we'll win. We're going to win this one.
We better win this one. I'm telling you right now.
We're going to win.
It's early. It's our early game, so I think we definitely can win this based on what we showed.
I want to. Of course, we have to play the team that is killing everybody.
right after that?
Yes, well, of course. Never play the Rams, and then a year they're killing everybody. We're playing them.
It's all right. I mean, I think we can.
That's the same last year. We had to play the Eagles.
That's why this win is important too, because if we win this game, there's good momentum going into that game. You do not want to go in against the Rams with a loss.
But
hey, I got this here at the Denver store.
Yep,
Or
and
well,
I got
the
this.
stadium store.
See it? I also got a jersey. I didn't wear it though.
I wanted an away jersey so bad, and I'll probably wear this in Arizona along with my ugly sweater.
Oh, got the chance to meet. See how it went in the red like that? We got the chance to actually bump fists with Justin Simmons.
That was cool.
So
we have
cool.
video of that too. Yeah, because we got there right at the moment. They split the gates and the players were starting to walk into the stadium. And the first one we saw was actually Philip Lindsay.
Yeah, he got there early.
Yeah, he did. And after time, most of them kind of came in one at a time. Justin Simmons was really cool. He pretty much signed everybody at the fence line where we're at. And he came right up kind of at our area, and Dakota and I got to bump fists with him. And
Sanders got close.
Belhier got close. Sanders got really close too. Yeah, he went and signed everybody kind of around us. He was 2 feet in front of me, just signing away. It was really cool. We were stupid enough not to bring a marker and get a signature. But we saw most everybody.
We saw Wolf. We saw Keenum. We saw Vaughn.
We did see Vaughn.
We saw
Pac-Man Jones.
Pac-Man. Yeah, we saw quite a few.
We saw Chubb.
We saw Tim Patrick.
We saw Bowles.
Oh yeah, we did see Chubb. I forgot.
Yeah, Chubb actually
Bowles.
went and signed some too.
Mm-hmm.
We did see Bowles.
It was so awesome. Getting to see all those guys.
Wolf was cool. He's huge.
Big boy in person. So was Veltier, man. Veltier was like a tower.
Yeah, he was.
I was like, I couldn't even tell. I was like, who is this guy? And then somebody said Jared, and I was like, oh, dang, it's Jared Veltier. That's awesome.
Some of them I was like, who is he?
Because I know.
You just know their face in the face mask.
Yeah.
You don't really see him much.
Well, it's like I saw Will Parks, and I was like, I know who that is. Like, who is that? And then finally at dawn, I was like, oh, it's Will Parks. Like, okay, duh. It's so weird when you see them without their pads on, because they actually look. Some of them look really tiny.
Yeah.
Because the pads, make them look bigger.
Well, Sanders was just as big as us, if not smaller.
Oh yeah, Sanders is tiny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun time, man. We met some really cool people in the stands. We were really hyped, getting everybody hyped up. We gave out a bunch of cards. By the way, if anybody who we gave a card to is watching this, we appreciate you checking us out. We appreciate you taking the time to look us up and stuff. So it was just trying to find a way to get our name out there. And we'll definitely be back, man. We're going back.
We're actually going to go in 3 weeks, going to the Cardinals game.
Yes.
Away game.
Hell yes.
Hell yes.
That'll be a fun time.
But we had a lot of fun there in Denver.
And hopefully next time when we go, it will be for a win.
Yeah, I'm 1-2 now in Denver.
2-2. All right. Well, I think that's everything. We'll go ahead and do our weekly picks now. Last week I was 8-7,
and I was 9-6. Yay!
Yay!
Alrighty, you started off.
All right. So first game of the week we got Indianapolis at New England. I'm gonna go ahead and say New England's gonna win this one handily. Julian Edelman's back.
Yeah, I agree. Patriots, and they just dominated the Dolphins. So it was another thing. There's a lot of fans from everywhere in Denver. We were at what was it called?
Blake's.
Blake's. And
yeah.
There was a ton of New England fans.
A lot of Detroit fans too.
Yeah.
Although I think that's a Michigan bar. Oh yeah, Rockies game too. We had fun at the Rockies game, and Rockies are in the playoffs. So finally, see some Denver action in the playoffs.
Right? Yep.
That was a good game last night.
All right. Packers versus Lions. I'm going to go with the Packers. Lions are kind of looking dismal. And especially losing to the Cowboys. I didn't think they were going to do that. Mm-hmm. But Packers lit it up, skunked the Bills.
That's not hard to do, though.
Well, yeah, but they looked pretty good from playing the Vikings, you know. So I thought maybe there was going to be something with the Bills. Not winning, but something. So Packers, definitely.
I'm actually going to go the other way. I'm going to take Detroit, and here's why. It's a divisional game. It's in Detroit. Detroit's one of those teams that'll just surprise you. They're teams they'll surprise you when they lose, and they'll surprise you when they win. I'm going to just take the upset here and go with Detroit.
All right. Well, we'll see that next week when I put a check mark on mine.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, it's my turn. Giants at Carolina. I'm going to take Carolina at this one, home game. Giants just aren't really clicking, I don't think. Carolina's going to win this one.
Panthers.
They're off the bye week, too.
Home game, yep. I think Panthers will just take this one. Giants are not yet clicking. Nothing. Titans versus Bills. Titans are looking all right. I mean, they're clicking. Whatever's happening, they're keeping it going. And Bills are, I don't know. Titans are good to stop people right now. So I'm going to say Titans.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Titans, too. They're not exactly just, like, impressing me by all means. But, I mean, they're 3-1. What more can you say? Bills, I have no reason to believe in them. So I'm going to take Tennessee as well. Atlanta at Pittsburgh. I'm taking Atlanta because, you know, let's put it this way. Matt Ryan and all these great receivers and all these weapons against that terrible Pittsburgh defense, I'm taking Atlanta all day. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a shootout, but, I mean, Pittsburgh's looking pretty rough.
I said it to him before, but I'm going to pick Atlanta for this one as well. But Steelers may not be like the best team right now, but they're always playing right on with the other team. It doesn't matter if they are great or they're actually one of the worst. They are still playing right with them. So I think it'll be a shootout, and I think Atlanta will be able to surpass them. Ravens versus Browns. I'm going with Ravens. Ravens are looking pretty good. They're gonna want to keep that, top of the division thing. Browns, they're getting stuff going, but I think Ravens are going to, squeak one by them.
I'm going to say the Ravens as well. I do think that Cleveland could have a chance to win this game, mostly because that crowd is going to be so amped up, like more than they typically are. So I think that could play a factor in this, but I'm still going to take Baltimore because Baltimore's just kind of hot right now. Miami at Cincinnati. I don't know what Cincinnati's got going on, but they've got something going on. I'm going to take Cincinnati in this one. Miami's tough. I mean, they've shown some good signs on defense and stuff like that. But man, I don't know what Cincinnati's doing, but it's working. So I'm taking Cincinnati. I'm
agreeing with him, Cincinnati. Like he said, just everything's clicking, and I mean they're looking good. How they face the Falcons just shows, like, you know what, they do have something going on. They're not one to mess with, really. So I'm going
to underlook for sure.
Bengals. Jags versus Chiefs. This was the hardest one on the list for me to pick. I was thinking about a bunch of scenarios. It is an Arrowhead. That offense is pretty on fire, but the thing about it too is, as long as you have a really good defense, the Jags offense is good enough to be able to beat them. And I think maybe this could be the upset for the Chiefs. I'm going with the Jags for the upset.
I'm taking Jacksonville as well. For one, completely out of spite because I'm just so upset. But honestly, I do think that they have a chance. They're gonna look at the film from our game. They're gonna see the things that we did right to slow them down, and they're gonna just boost it. Because guess what? Unlike Denver, they have coordinators that can put their pieces where they need to be, and they have all the positions, especially in secondary, to cover every single guy out there for Kansas City. So I think Jacksonville wins it only because of their defense. The only reason they might lose this is because Bortles will choke.
Yeah.
Oakland at Chargers. I'm taking Chargers, baby. Oakland almost lost to freaking Cleveland.
Browns.
And Cleveland's good, so I'm not going to say, that's not an insult anymore. But Oakland, barely lost to Cleveland at home. They're going to LA, and LA, they're off a win too, and they're not doing too hot or not doing too bad. So Chargers win this one.
Chargers have a tough schedule, but if they played anyone else outside that schedule, they'd be way up top. Chargers are going to handily beat the Raiders, I believe. Really, no question about it. I didn't even have any second thoughts about this one. Chargers are going to take the Raiders. Vikings versus Eagles. Could be a tough game. Really couldn't be. It's in Philadelphia. They just lost. I think there might be a little bit of a
They both just
comeback.
lost.
Yeah, that's true. But this one's going to be at home for the Eagles.
Yeah.
I think Eagles will take it. It might be tough. I don't know. It's so weird with how Vikings are working right now, because they just had a shootout with LA, but got their butts handled by Bills. It's whatever. What's going on? I don't know. But Philadelphia is going to surpass Vikings in my eyes.
I agree. I think Philadelphia takes this one. Minnesota, like you said, they're just up and down, and I just don't think. They got the long week, so that might help them. But you know what? I don't know if right now is the time for Minnesota. They might make a comeback toward the end of the season, but there's something not quite there completely just yet. And I think it's just they got to work with Cousins a little more and just get things flowing a little better. But I'll take Philadelphia in this one. Rams at Seahawks. I'm not even going to go into detail on this. The Rams are going to destroy Seattle.
Even if they had some sort of slight hope, it was maybe because they had Earl Thomas, but that's gone and over with. So, but no, Rams are going to take this one through and through.
Yeah.
It might be, maybe you might see something of an excitement of a game because it's a division game, but Rams are going to take it.
They're just on fire.
Cardinals versus 49ers. Yawn.
Yeah, seriously, this will be the... Although, those are the type of games that end up being really good.
Yeah, they do. But you're like, there's no point in this game.
Yeah, nobody wants to watch that.
There's...
Fans
Cardinals, I'm going to say the Cardinals will finally get a win in this one. Since the only weapon 49ers had is not there no more, maybe Rosen can actually do something and get a win for the Cardinals for once.
No, I agree. I think Arizona's going to win this one as well. They've been getting close. They're getting better. Rosen looked actually pretty good. And, yeah, 49ers not having a starting quarterback, that hurts. So I think Arizona does finally get their first win. And then we got Sunday Night Football, Dallas at Houston. Not excited about this at all. This is Sunday Night Football. These are two really just struggling teams right now. I'm going to take Dallas, though, because Houston, I still don't believe in Houston and Dallas. Dallas is one of those teams that's just so all over the place. I get the feeling they're going to take it on in the Sunday night in the lights.
I'm going to change it up. I'm saying Texans will take this one.
Okay.
They won last week. Maybe they'll start something going.
Yeah.
I know, Dallas won as well. But I just have no faith.
I have no faith in either of them,
well,
to be honest.
Hold on. I have no faith in the Cowboys. Really, they don't have weapons. Dak Prescott sucks in my eyes. Deshaun Watson is sucking, but he has potential. I've seen that kid play really good. He has DeAndre Hopkins. That is a receiver. Cowboys, who the hell do they have, really? Yeah. Hopkins is, the main guy in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I agree with, and that's going to win the game for them.
It's you. Finish off.
Redskins versus Saints. This could become an okay game with Alex Smith in there. And, Washington has been doing all right. But I think since it's in New Orleans and the Saints, their offense is great. Just with Drew Brees. Drew Brees is going to outplay Alex Smith in this. So.
Yeah. No, I'll take New Orleans as well. It's at home. I'm just gonna go ahead and write off everything you said because they're just gonna win this one. It could be a good game though. It could be a really good game. And then, of course, last but not least, we got Denver at the Jets.
What do you pick?
I'm going to go ahead and say Broncos win this one.
In this jersey itself. The white. Hey, which ones did we have different real quick?
I think we only had like 2 or 3.
Detroit. You had Detroit winning. I did not.
That's 2 and 3. One thing we forgot to talk about, and since we still have a decent amount of time matchups. Some matchups that we forgot to
key
mention.
matchups for this next week.
I'm gonna go.
I don't know. This one's a little bit different.
Yeah, it is.
For one, I don't really know too much about the Jets team, besides Sam Darnold being the guy now. But
yeah, I'm gonna say our O-line maybe.
Well, how bad is their defense, or how good is their defense? Really,
it's kind of just average.
Okay, well.
Okay, here's a matchup. I'm gonna say, just because I've seen issues with it, I'm gonna put the receivers on the secondary, because I know they have some good pieces in the secondary. So receivers need to get open. They need to get that space and do it quick, so Keenum can find that read. But yeah, that's one of my matchups. Receivers on secondary.
Let's see. Yes, what I want to see though too is, I want to see the pass game. I want to see them utilize that with Keenum. I mean, we doing the run, and it's good. We're doing good in the run. I want to have good force in both aspects.
Yeah, the dude hasn't thrown a touchdown in 3 games.
He hasn't thrown a touchdown since the first game of the season.
But he has thrown an interception in each of the last games.
He's has 6 interceptions, 3 in the first one, but 3 touchdowns in the first one, and then an interception every single other game, or every single game after that. I think it's hard to say because, for one, I think also the coach staff is scared of him throwing, as long as Keenum's getting does not want to throw a pick. And I think that's kind of stirring their heads a little bit on doing the pass game as much. But
they need to do shorter plays, too. Get something open immediately and just throw them. Nickel and dime. Get a hitch route. Why have they not been utilizing Lindsey in the pass game like they did in the first game?
Exactly.
Have you seen that at all, hardly? No, it's all these run games. Put him on a short hitch route just as a safety route. Throw him on the middle. Throw him on the out. Like, why are we not doing this?
You know what's funny to me, too, is because we've got such a generic offense. It's stupid. But when they implement a little trick play here and there, look what it does. Emmanuel Sanders in the Ravens game goes out with that long run all the way to a touchdown. Stuff like that. Utilize that. Do a little bit more of that things to get them off guard. Or else they're just reading us like a book. Or they're going to throw it short, or they're going to run it. I mean, there's nothing of uniqueness.
You hardly ever see streaks on the outside where he'll put it up for the receiver to come up and get it. We got 2 really tall, handsy receivers, and you're not going to put them up on the defenders on one-on-one? Never? Really? Why? We've seen them do it to success many times, but they just don't do it enough, I feel like. I'm putting the coaching staff on notice, both offensive and defensive. Make a game plan. Get something going, man. Let's see some uniqueness. Let's see some disguises, some coverage. Put something different out there and try something new.
Quit being generic.
Yeah, guess what? It might actually work, surprisingly.
It does work. We've seen you do it.
Well, I think that's just about enough about all that. Thank you all for watching. We appreciate it. Last video we put up,
got a lot of views.
Over 500 views. I don't know. It was all organic. So I hope the same happens here. I doubt it because it's not as big a game. But you know what? That was awesome. And I think we got some extra subscribers out of it. We'll see what happens here, man. I think hopefully we're kind of starting to make the ball roll here. But if you haven't yet, subscribe to us, please. Check us out on Facebook. And yeah, share us with your friends. Let your friends know. I don't remember the words.
We had this game plan and we forgot to. I forgot it too. I was waiting for you to start it.
I just forgot where to start. I know the words. Another day is full of fun adventure. Right?
Yeah, but I'm lost now. Yeah, that was it, but...
Well, that was a bust, but... Thank you for watching anyway.
I thought it made it funnier.
We appreciate it. Have a good night!